welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. You guys have been with me a long time. You guys know me. You know how I think. You know my favorite clients. I love a lot of people that come on here. But the ones that come on here and talk about real estate are like some of my favorites. But on top of that, if you come in here and you bring me food, you're like my hero. With me, forget the guests, it's some of the best cookies you will ever eat. With me is Josh Hartley from Crumbl Cookie. Did I get it right?
Yes, sir. Good to be here.
Crumbl Cookie is a fairly new company.
It is. It's we just had our 5th anniversary.
It's 5 years already?
Coming up on 6, yeah.
Okay, so now I see them coming up all over. So let's go backwards. Let me ask you this. How long have you been around the food industry?
Well, see, I got into the food industry when I was 15. I believe it was my first job, bussing tables at a local restaurant right here in Stewart. And kind of been in the industry ever since. Kind of just kept moving into different restaurants and looking to make as much money as I can in that industry. So, yeah, and eventually, a lot of years down the road brought me to here with Crumbl, and yeah, super excited.
Okay, so I heard some of the story in the green room. Weren't brought to Crumbl by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? You've made some amazing connections over the years because of the way you did your business as a server.
Correct.
So how'd that all come to pass?
Yeah, like I had mentioned to you before, I became a waiter right when I turned 18, and I just had a great general manager who really pushed me to just be the best I can be and make connections with people. And so I just kind of treated every table I had like that, and would try and make connections with as many people as I can. And two amazing people, Deborah Kimbrough and Heather Russell, are the majority owners of our stores, and they basically just gave me an opportunity of a lifetime. And after 3.5 years of waiting on them, they just said, hey, we love you, we love your work ethic, why don't you buy in, come be part owner of Crumbl with us? And yeah, the rest is history.
So now, your group has 3 Crumbls?
Correct. We have 1 open and going right now down in Donald Ross and Palm Beach Gardens, and we have 2 more about to open up, one on Indian Town Road in Jupiter and one in Stewart right here.
Where's the one in Stewart?
The Stewart is going to be right next to the Starbucks in front of the Best Buy Plaza, borderline Jensen Beach.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
you're going to be on the north side of the bridge.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
my favorite side, even though people get mad at me. But
Yeah.
since I live on the north side, I prefer not having to cross the bridge for stuff I want.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get into this industry. I guess they were the ones that were into the Crumbl franchise, right?
Yes, yeah. Those honestly, this whole thing is their idea. They're the brains behind the operation, and I'm kind of just their right hand workhorse, do whatever I need to do to get the job done.
Were they in the food industry prior?
They were not. They ate out a lot. That's for sure. But no, they had some other businesses that they were going on, and but I remember them always telling me like, oh, we want to run a restaurant, or we want to get into the food industry somehow. And yeah, they found out about Crumbl, and yeah.
The food industry is a very interesting industry. Most people know my wife's a chocolatier and makes high-end chocolate, and so I'm in that space a bit. Tough industry.
It really is. It really is, yeah.
So I know that it takes a little bit more pushing along when you're in the food industry, but there are always changes. So when you started in the food industry to today, have you seen a lot of changes?
Yeah, well, like we were mentioning before, definitely about the technology. I remember one of the first restaurants I worked at, I was still writing down the orders on a check and like handing the checks to the chef, and so now everything is just all technology based. Especially with Crumbl, like Crumbl has our own app, and you literally can do everything. You can log onto the app, see the cookies of the week, because the cookies change every single week. Yeah, so the whole concept of Crumbl is they have 6 cookies every week, but every week they're new cookies. For the most part, we always have our chocolate chip, which is their staple. But they have over 200 specialty flavors now, I believe, and it's just a rotating menu. Every week, 6 new flavors, and yeah, they're best cookies ever, made from scratch.
And they're made fresh.
Oh, from scratch. I'm talking mixing the eggs and the flour and the butters. We make everything from scratch.
At the facility?
At the facility. And then back to the technology, Crumbl makes it very easy. Everything is just on an iPad. put in 12 pounds of butter, or boom, and you just follow the recipe down, and yeah, they make it really easy. Thanks to the technology, makes it a lot easier.
So I remember one Crumbl opening, and I went there and didn't hear much about it. And now that company is growing, I take it.
Yeah, the growth is pretty insane with Crumbl. Basically, because a lot of it is because of social media. It's very popular on TikTok and Instagram. The whole company, or I wouldn't say the whole company, but the majority of the customers are younger kids. You know, high school, middle school. They all know what Crumbl is. You know, when I was first talking to my friends about it, you know, and including myself, I really didn't know too much about it, and sorry until I started doing some research.
Right.
But yeah, it's the fastest growing cookie company around right now, and yeah, the growth is pretty insane.
So I have to ask you this: is it hard to find employees?
It's
Challenging.
It's a little bit challenging. Yeah, it's a little bit challenging right now. We were very blessed. We have a bunch of great kids working for us, and they work really hard. And mainly for the fact my business partners and I, we care a lot about what we're doing. We're very passionate. We're just a small group of hardworking people with a desire to be the best at whatever we're doing, and we have big hearts, so we care a lot.
You know, you and I said to bring 2 boxes of cookies, and I can't open this box because it didn't make it 5 minutes here before I already dug into one of the
yeah,
cookies.
the cookies and cream. Too.
Yeah, I had the cookies and cream.
Yeah.
Do you have, like, your employees? Do they all learn how to make the cookies?
Yeah. So there's like any job, there's different sections. We have people that make the dough. We have people that ball the dough. We have people that run it. We have people that put the cookies in the boxes. But for the most part, everybody needs to learn every station. And yeah, so we all are pretty well trained on how to make all the cookies.
Okay, so it's this week, and I stop at Stewart, get a cookie, get for that week, one of your specialties. And then I have to go down south, and I get to Jupiter, and I go into your store. Can I get that same cookie?
Absolutely.
So is all your stores' specialty week cookies the same?
Okay, so Crumbl, being a franchise, every Crumbl is the same. So the 6 flavors of the week will be the same at every Crumbl as a Crumbl here in Florida or a Crumbl in Utah, where they were originated. Every 6 flavors are the same. But we also do some fun stuff. So our location right now in Palm Beach Gardens is an official testing store for Crumbl. So every time the big guys at Crumbl are coming up with new flavors of cookies or testing out how to change a flavor, we actually sell the cookie, and then we give you a little card to give your feedback, and then that actually determines whether the cookie becomes a Crumbl cookie or not. And I believe we're one of the only testing locations in South Florida. So
I will tell you this.
On your toes to be able to be a testing store. So.
Well, I would think so. I will tell you this. This box in front, I'll open mine. Excuse me. This box has 6 cookies in it.
Correct.
I'm going to tell you from looking at these cookies that one cookie is almost like its own meal.
Yeah, they few calories in them, not too many.
and quite filling. So I'm going to open mine because it's interesting because the boxes are set up exactly the same. So this is a box, and starting from your top left, which would be that one, that's the cookies and cream.
All right, absolutely. So another fun thing that Crumbl does is we serve chilled cookies, and we also serve warm cookies. So starting from the top left, we have our chilled cookies and cream, and then moving on over, we have our strawberry cupcake. And then one of my personal favorites, this is actually probably in my top 3 favorite cookies of all time, is the buttermilk pancake. Oddly, a lot of my favorite cookies are all the breakfast cookies, which is a little weird, but
Buttermilk. So on top, that's supposed to be the butter.
Okay, that's probably the best part of the cookie. I think it's basically a butter flavored frosting that goes on top, and it is delicious.
And that's maple, I would think.
And it's a maple glaze on top of a buttermilk pancake based sugar cookie.
Okay.
Definitely one of my all-time favorites.
Okay, and then this looks like a regular chocolate chip.
Yeah, that's our classic chocolate chip. Our milk chocolate chip it's great. It's their staple. When they started their company, it was really just chocolate chip. So yeah, it's the best chocolate chip I've ever had. Moving on next, that is a triple chocolate chip. So it's basically a chocolate-based cookie with 3 kinds of chocolate chips in it. And then in the little bag here, that is their classic pink sugar. It's delicious. It's
a
also
special cookie because
one
it
of
has
my
a little
all-time
bag.
favorites. Yeah, they put that one in a little fry bag with the logo on it. But it's great. It's like a chilled vanilla-based sugar cookie with an almond frosting. That is awesome.
Are any of these just cookie of the week cookies?
So these are the flavors of the week. So for the most part, like the chocolate chip and the classic pink sugar, we have those a lot. Those are the two staples of Crumbl. For the most part, we have those a lot of the time. But every once in a while, we have a week where they actually mix up the chocolate chip and they mix up the pink sugar. So they keep you guessing.
You guys, I get to deal with this. You guys don't, unless you were here. But this is a soft cookie.
Correct.
Are they always soft?
Correct. Almost all their cookies are really soft. That's their style of baking that they really enjoy.
Do people prefer them warm?
They do. It's really weird. I actually personally enjoy the chilled cookies a little bit better than the warm cookies. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're all delicious. But a lot of my favorite cookies are the chilled cookies.
I'm thinking the chocolate chip is probably a warm cookie.
Correct. Yep.
Now, forgetting the chocolate, the dough of the cookie has a distinct flavor of its own.
It does.
Okay? It's not like a regular chocolate chip cookie. Okay? You're not going to find this in a store.
Definitely not.
Okay? And they're substantial.
Yeah.
Are there a certain weight to each cookie?
Oh yeah, like every piece of dough has a certain balling style, a certain way that you have to mold the dough to make sure that the cookies bake out in the same size. And we have certain little tips and tricks and stuff that unfortunately I can't share with you that keep the cookies looking great. And again, it also comes to dedication to your job. So just the slightest of balling the dough incorrectly will make it bake out in a different form, or if the frosting's not made correctly, it won't go onto the cookie right. So you got to be really particular about when you're making all the ingredients to keep them looking like that.
So, and like I said, we make high-end truffles, and if I look at how this cookie, the icing on this cookies are done, they're done right to the edge. There's no dents in them. They're pretty perfect in the icing. Do you have does everybody do the icing?
So
or do you have it's people who are really good at it?
So yeah, I mean anything's gonna take practice. There's a way to do it, and it's you're not gonna be awesome at it right when you first. That's why I try to tell all my guys. I'm like, listen, you're not gonna just all of a sudden be amazing at it. Let me show you a few things to make it easier, but it's more of the practice makes perfect. But unfortunately, when you're selling the amount of cookies that Crumbl does, you get plenty of time to practice. So
what is the future for your stores?
Well, so right now, like I said, we have 2 more about to open up over here basically the next month. Our Jupiter store is looking to be opening in the middle of May, and then our Stewart store will be about 3 weeks after that. So definitely really busy right now, and for our future, so trying to run 3 of them.
Okay, do your partners go to them?
Yeah, again, like I said, Deborah, Kimbrough, Heather Russell, my guardian angels, I call them.
Heather, I don't know of. Deborah, and I hate to say it, is or was on my Facebook.
Yeah, she's
and I
said they're amazing.
Just cleaned out my Facebook, and I don't remember hearing from her or whatever, and no interaction with her. So I don't know if I deleted her, but now I have to add her back.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to do that. Definitely, especially after giving you the cookies.
Yeah, I feel terrible. When people come in and buy cookies, do they buy them? Do they come in and just buy a single cookie most of the time?
So yeah, that's with the Crumbl menu. You can either buy singles, and then it jumps to a 4-pack, then a 6-pack, or you can do a party box, which is a dozen. And it's very simple. You come in, if you want a 6-pack, you choose the 6-pack, and
which
then
looks
you
like
can,
this.
Yep, this is the 6-pack right here, and then you can just pick out whatever cookies you want in it.
So
you could do all 6 chocolate chip. You could do 3 pink sugar and 3 chocolate chip. Really can do whatever you like. So.
Okay, I have to ask you this because I'm really happy that you brought me the cookies, but you didn't bring me any milk. So.
Yeah, we serve milk at the
I
store.
was gonna ask you.
Yeah, but it's really just cookies, milk, chocolate milk, water. We also sell really cool little cookie cutters. That's basically a stamp for the top of the cookie that you stamp the cookie and it cuts it into 4 perfect little size pieces to share.
Right, because The truth of the matter is, eating one whole cookie is a lot.
It is. It is.
Well, unless you have a
And
glass
then
of milk.
we also have minis as well. We do a lot of catering. We have mini versions of the cookies. It's a minimum of 50 and a 24-hour in advance. But for parties and birthday parties and special events, it's great for stuff like that. And you can get a little smaller versions of them as well. But unfortunately, minimum of 50 on the catering.
You know, I got to tell you, the cookies are delicious. If I worked at Crumbl, I'd be 712 pounds.
Everybody says that. It's funny.
But I guess when you're around it, it's like, in the beginning, it's like, yeah, I'm going to take home some cookies. So, do the people take home cookies? Do workers take home cookies?
Yeah,
all
I
the
mean,
time?
don't get me wrong. I have a box of Crumbl on my counter at all times. And I'm pretty good throughout the day, but it's like right before I go to bed, it's just like, oh, next thing I know, I'm standing with a big glass of milk and a whole chocolate chip cookie.
Right.
But yeah, it's oddly enough, being in the store, you're really busy. There's a lot going on in the store. You're making and prepping thousands of cookies for the next coming days and for that day. So there's a lot going on, and of course, we got to try them. You know, to let everybody know what you think about them.
Right.
That's my excuse, but yeah, I definitely don't eat a whole cookie every day, but I'm definitely trying all of them
Okay.
every week.
How do people find you? You have a phone number?
We do. The
561.
561.
Well,
that
I'll have to
open
put it
on
up
the
on the screen so we can see.
That is our Palm Beach Gardens location store number, and
Okay.
but yeah, Stewart again should be opening here in probably the middle of June to beginning of June. So.
And since Stewart's my home area, you're just on the north side of the bridge.
Just on the north side of the bridge. We're actually like right. So the Best Buy Plaza. There's a little strip mall in front of that. It's got Starbucks. There's also Dairy Queen. We're gonna be right next to the Starbucks, right off US 1.
I don't think it gets much better than that, guys. Just saying. I have to tell you that the cookies are here, and I'm like, I really should eat more, but it's a lot, and I don't want to overdo it, so I'm gonna
They
wait.
stay good for a while. That's one of the best things about them. You know, I've had a box on my counter for a week, and I was still absolutely delicious. So
Well, I know that Edgar's sitting there filming, and he's gonna want to have some.
you got
and-
plenty up here, man.
And then Angel's gonna come in, and then we have other guests coming in. So I'm gonna be like the hero today. WRPB is gonna be like the hero for all our guests. And stuff.
Sounds good.
Josh, I want to thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
I wish you guys the
Pleasure.
best of luck. Everybody, great treat. Check them out. We'll keep you posted as it goes along. Have a great day. We'll be right back.